So what's good, friends and phonies alike? Thought I'd try it. I don't know. So Unite just happened. Unite 2022. Unite is a conference about Unity, basically how people are using Unity, what's new to come, how to improve the way that we use it. This has been the best Unite that I've seen. I watched last year, but this one really, really took the cake. They had a great mix of creators and engineers, and it's just honestly couldn't have done it better. I'm going to talk about 3 of the best conferences that I saw watching Unite 2022, kind of the most relevant. I mean, the good thing about these conferences is a lot of times the insights provided are good for anyone of any level, right? Never stop learning, and you're never too dumb to learn, right? The first one that really, really caught my eye, there's a game called Township, which is a VR game that has a lot to teach about optimization, especially for open world games. They basically created this, open world RPG. It's been in development for about six years, and they face a lot of performance issues that the in-engine tools couldn't really help. So what they ended up doing was creating their own world streaming platform. So they take the levels, they chunk them up, and they're able to load, as needed in a very sophisticated method. I'd recommend watching it because it's technical and in-depth, but it's not too technical for someone who's just learning Unity all the way up to someone who knows what's going on to understand why they're doing what they're doing and how, honestly, a little bit of how they're doing what they're doing. This is important to you if you're a beginner because it shows you that you don't have to deal with just, what exists within Unity. You can go out of your way and create, custom code or custom systems that might improve whatever Unity's doing, or even remake, some of their systems and override them. I guess that sounds like a daunting task, but when I was super new, that kind of stuff really interested me because it shows how much growth potential there is, right? I know I knew nothing, and now I know a lot, right? And for the advanced users, right, it kind of provides insights into potential alternatives to what Unity currently offers and how to go about, designing and architecting it and thinking about all the different reasons why you should do something and create your own system. So now back to our big old boy dots, which it was a big speaking point at this conference, I guess, because they're trying to transition over and kind of show everyone how good and how useful it is. If you actually didn't see my dots video, you can check that out. I don't know if it's on this side or this side, but I'll pop it in the corner and you can check that out about what dots is and how it's better and what's going on. But there was a talk about dots and the use of MonoBehaviours and GameObjects, which kind of went over, obviously the basics of dots, but also, how it works, and why it's different, why it's better. It shows you optimization methods and how to take, a current MonoBehaviour and GameObject project and to implement dots into it, as well as, fully transition over or create your own. It's not a tutorial, but it's more of a 30-minute talk. Now, the one that's most interesting to me, I lied, if you stuck around this far, this is pretty cool. As someone who's not extremely artistic, I find myself, rigging up a character that's a humanoid and trying to figure out, how the inverse kinematics, actually would work. And even though you have, the 2-bone chains and things like that, you're still finding your characters going into awkward positions if you're trying to animate them yourself. Well, the Unity engineers in the research and development area actually created a little internal tool to show how machine learning can help take these rigs and actually pose them in more realistic poses. So they've trained it on, a bunch of data that shows, different real human poses, and you basically pinpoint different areas on the mesh and it will move along with you, and it'll not only do an IK, but it'll actually move the entire body into a position where it looks more natural and useful. This guy who claimed he didn't, wasn't very good at animation, it would take him a long time to do a simple, sit on a bench motion, showed that it actually took him about 3 seconds to do the sit on the bench motion with this machine learning. I think that's pretty insane. Now, the issue with this one is that it's not going to be released to the public, at least, as of now. It's more of an internal demo and research, but the fact that they're doing this makes me think that they are working towards something, or they could potentially release this at some point, or someone could. The fact that it's possible kind of excites about where the future of animation and development is going. Did you watch Unite? Did you have a favorite segment? Let me know in the comments below. Tell me in Discord, pop in. You can click the link, Let's see what's going on. I think I'd really be interested in hearing what you have to say. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, just subscribe and a deuce.